Hey, all you Bay fans. Today we're going to go over a deck review. I use the Tyranno deck or the Jurassic deck from the Jurassic Park set. We have T-Rex on 180 Rubber Excel, Spinosaurus on 780 Vortex, and Quetzalcoatlus 385 on Merge. Now, this was a little fun deck I put together, so we're going to go over what I was thinking about when I was having these battles and what was going on. All right. So this first battle here um, didn't get a good launch with Spinosaurus. So Spinosaurus here is going to kind of be the ace of the deck just because of the funkiness of the way it's built. I'm trying to go for the extreme reverse X dash here just to get a little stall in before taking over. As you see, I got canceled out of it. And now we're just having a good little battle. And unfortunately, the Buster got the burst on me here. All right, going into the second battle, we're on the B side, and I like the B side for my Tyranno. So we're going to go for a nice stall here with Tyranno Beat. Let's see what happens here. So I get the stall off, excellent, get a little hit, a little knock, and cause the Silver Wolf to self KO itself. So we accomplish it here. Now, using Quetzalcoatlus here, it got a little weird. So it got a little weird because it's on 385 merge. It is the scariest of all of the bays I had. Granted, the 385 I had was really tight. I still didn't really know how to use it. So as you see here, I tried to launch. I didn't really know what it was going to do. The merge is really unpredictable. So I got extreme there, self extreme. So now we're down, but we're back on the B side. So I'm gonna pull out Tyranno Beat again. Kind of got the stall, got the big hits, but Buster just did. All right, so going into this next battle, again, the same strategy is going to apply. So we're going to start by using our Spinosaurus. Again, going for the stall. We kind of got it here. And it paid off for us because we get the extreme here. So going in the second set, again, B side, we're going to use that Tyranno. But I'm playing against this Shelter Drake. It is very low. And the way that is shaped, I just can't get that hit. So the T-Rex was doing exactly what I wanted it to do. I just could not get it down or knock this Shelter Drake out. Always have a problem playing against this Shelter Drake. But going into the third point here, again, same thing. We still haven't figured out Quetzalcoatlus. I haven't used this combo up until today, so just trying to figure it out. But I realized that, okay, it's not as scary as I thought, so I can go for a B-side stall. Fortunately, the judge called a snipe hit, so we had to reshoot this. And again, just remember, I'm on 385, so this was kind of what I expected from that explosion of a burst there by Meteor Dragoon. I was expecting that to happen at some point in the night. Then we run it back, and I'm still scared, but I get a good hit, except Quetzalcoatlus decided that it wanted to kill itself. So we are 0-2 on the night. Going into round, oh, we're still in this battle, so again, just unfortunate. So I get hit. But going into this third battle, so we're 0-2 on the night, going to the third battle. Unfortunately, I'm playing against the kid, but sometimes we just have to take these and get our self-esteem up. But I still don't take it easy on him. The kid is still pretty good. You see he's doing a little talking. He's asking me about what type of Beyblade I'm using, trying to take me off focus here. Um, get some early launching in. The kid was a hoot all night, but so I'm sitting here, uh, keeping it lighthearted, just trying to have some fun. So we set up again. I'm using our Spinosaurus, so I'm gonna go in, try to get the stall, immediately hit a dash. Um, Thought it was going to be lights out for me here. Bad launch, bad tech, but we make it out of there alive. We end up beating this drawn sword only for a single point here. So now, as we go into the B side, I switch things up. So now I'm using Quetzalcoatlus, going in on the B side, trying to go for the B side stall. Forget what the kid is using here, and we just try to make the best of it. Some shenanigans happen, and he ends up knocking Quetzalcoatlus into the pocket. So things aren't really looking too hot. I'm still up by our rules. The score is 3-2. Um, so I'm still up. He's pulling out his Phoenix Wing, and now I'm using uh, T-Rex on the X side because got to get comfortable with it. And I think I can. I've been working on it. I think I can make it work. Didn't get the stall I wanted, but as you see, T-Rex is bouncing around. That's what I like about Rubber Excel. Can help you escape certain situations. And the LAD on Rubber Excel is surprisingly good. So even on this 80 height, it didn't really hurt me, and actually I get the point there. So I'm feeling pretty good. Score is 4-4. We're going back on the X side or B side, and I'm using Quetzalcoatlus again. Uh, that didn't really work out for me. I'm still trying to figure out this Beyblade at this point. I'm wondering if the theme is worth what I'm trying to go for here. Score is 4-4, so I'm back on the X side. So here comes Spinosaur, and kind of got a pretty good hit, and still not exactly what I want. We had this matchup already, and boom, I get the extreme this time. So finally on the board with a win. We're going to roll into the next match, 1 and 2. Playing against this guy, Ron, he's pretty good. He usually beats me, but Head wasn't in the game today. So I thought he was going to get this one here. Here I am using Quetzalcoatlus first against his Golem Rock. I thought Golem was going to uppercut me. It did not, and I get 2 points instead. And Quetzalcoatlus looks like it still has a lot of spin there. So now again we're back on the B side. You know what's coming out. It's gonna be Tyranno Beat. We're gonna do our B side stalling tech. Especially with Rubber Excel, it's really good. You can't really go wrong with it. So we're gonna hit this here. Yep. And then as it's going on, fortunately, Tyranno Beat extremed itself. So now I'm kind of questioning things, but laughing it off because that this is what I expect when I play against certain people. Um, Again, I wasn't really playing to win this, but just for the fun of it. And here we go again. We got our Spinosaurus against Meteor Dragoon. I made the joke about dinosaurs going extinct, especially the meteors. Um, but I was very surprised that even with all the tech and everything, I got this point. So T-Rex really surprised me there. The 780 proved that the height definitely helps out in certain situations. So we go into the next point. The score is 3-3 or 2-3. I can't remember at this point, but we're back on the B side. We have a pretty good lead, and I want to finish this quickly. So we're going to bring out Quetzalcoatlus. And surprisingly, it wins that fight. I definitely didn't think that it was going to win that fight. My logic there was I want to end this quickly, but I want to get my weakest link out first. So if I used it first, there was a good chance that even if I lost, I wasn't going to lose the match. So here comes Spinosaur again. We tried the X side stall tech. Didn't really work out for me there. We just get into a good duel of the fates here with T-Rex and Cobalt Dragoon. T-Rex is, or not T-Rex, Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus is trying to take it, trying to equalize some spin here, and it just cannot pull it off. Again, I'm still in a good position, so I'm not too mad about the situation. I'm up big, and I have another good ace with T-Rex coming out, and we're on the B side. So I launch it. I get the launch that I want. We go a little crazy. We get the in and out. And just when I thought that I was going to lose, his golem self-extremed again. We take those, unfortunately, for the opponent here. But now we're 2-2. Going to my last match. Again, same situation. So we're on the B side. T-Rex comes out, we get the fast extreme here, and that is kind of the goal here. We're trying to get an early good lead, so we don't have to worry about the potential catch up here. So this time I used Spinosaur next. We're up 3. I'm trying to go at least to get 2 points, maybe 5, and instead I give my opponent 2 points. Just barely missed Nightmare coming off the line there and falls into the pocket. All right, so going into the next match, we have Quetzalcoatlus. Again, this is kind of the bane, but like it's interesting. So as we do this out, again, Quetzalcoatlus decides that it wanted to kill itself here. It is interesting because the combo didn't burst except once. But killing itself is very, very apparent. So definitely something I want to work on because I do want to keep using this deck. It's really fun. But if I can make Quetzalcoatlus work on that 385 build, I think it would be amazing. Here we are on the X side. I get a wonderful stall there on the X side. They're chasing each other. And then I just do a double dash a few more times. So now I'm worried about my stamina. Vortex has pretty good stamina. And it surprisingly did outlast this Nightmare on Jolt. But I think it's because he was on the 450, so 450 doesn't have as much stamina as it looks like, and 780 has a bit more, so I held out there. All right, going back in, we're on 285 builds, and I'm on my, or 280 height builds, and T-Rex is trying to go there, and if you saw that, I was so angry. So Buster got stuck. I call it the wedge stall. Buster got stuck up there, and unfortunately T-Rex wasn't whipping around on the line to just smack it into the pocket. So I take a spin finish loss there. We go into the next match, and Quetzalcoatlus is back up. Again, at this point, I'm worried about bursting and for the win. So I pocket myself legitimately because of the fear. But we put our big boy pants on and we say, we're just gonna rock with it. We get the launch in, and we're doing exactly what we need to do. Um, I'm hoping just for the 1 point finish, and it is hanging on. It is making me proud. It's not letting me down. Quetzalcoatlus is just tanking those hits, and it's actually giving me exactly what I wanted in that situation. It went down for the single point, doesn't cause me the L there. So we take those. We take those. That's exactly what we are expecting and wanting because it puts us right into our ace here. So we have our T-Rex on the B side. It's exactly where I want to be. We get the good launch. We get the good double tap, and I just could not knock it out, unfortunately. So now it's a battle of attrition again. I need this point, um, and they're just battling it out. I'm on Rubber Excel. Rubber Excel again has pretty good stamina and can do pretty good knockbacks on hits. So I do get that point there. And then going into this next point, we got the Spinosaur. We're on the X side. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go for our little stall here. Let's see if it works out for us. All right, so we got a slight stall, and then we got the luck with Buster bursting on the line there, and we get our 3-2 and puts us in top cut. And this is where I play Uncle Bug, and Uncle Bug is using a pretty solid deck. Um, I played him last week, and the Hell's Hammer is just annoying to deal with. But now he's added Cobalt Dragoon to the deck, and Silverwolf, so he's a lot stronger of a deck this time. And I hadn't faced a deck like that for the night. Um, and we're trying it out, and of course we get it self extreme there. Um, very unfortunate. So we immediately start the game down 3, but we go on the B side. So the Beat's going to try to come out, try to help out here, get some quick 3 points. He's using a left spin. I get the stall. It was dangerous because it could have just swept me out. I knock it into the pocket. It gets knocked into the pocket, but it's Cobalt Dragoon. And then those little hits, I get the point. I survive. Fortunately, he wasn't on an Elevate build. Um, so you can be a little more aggressive against those Cobalt Dragoons and win those matchups a little more. But here comes Quetzalcoatlus. I again, it's had some surprising wins, but way too many losses. I think I would have fared so much better without it in the deck, or maybe on a pretty different build. But I gotta say that I really do like the build, and I just need to work on it myself. Um, but I definitely feel like I would have had a better chance at winning the day with the way I was running the deck had I had something like Tricera Press in there, something a little heavier and bulkier, and I could keep it small on attack or defense. But here we are with Beat again, and then Beat did the most ridiculous self extreme or self KO, bursted off the line out of the stadium, and that cost me the game. So moving on to my third place match here. Shout out to this guy, Oni. He ran a complete X over deck. So here he's using Dronzer. Um, and I think at this point I was a little scared, not of him, but like of the way that my deck was playing with the amount of KOs I had. So I launched this one a little lighter. Usually I don't think I lose this match, especially with both of us on 80 heights. But I think my fear of launching, I didn't launch it with as much power, and because of that, he was able to outspin me. So this was this is what I wanted all night. That KO, that one tap, got the stall, got the 3 points. Move on to the next game, puts us in a pretty good position up 3-1. So now we're using Quetzalcoatlus. Again, when it doesn't kill itself, it hangs on really nicely. Um, I get scared of the 80 height builds because I don't want them to hit the ratchet as easily. But it did what it needed to do here. It got me a point. So now we're 4-0 or 4-1, and then we're back on the B side after the reset. And here we go again. We got the same exact matchup. So I think it was. I don't try to read my opponents. I just read the board of where it is since we turn points. But it didn't work out for him here because we're going to get the same exact sort of stall. Got a hit and then the double tap for the win and third. All right. Thanks for checking out my deck review. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I might be trying to do a little more of these, so just like subscribe to the channel if you want to see more deck reviews and battle reviews. All right, catch you on the next one.